So this is quite of a strange start to a video I do usual, but I'm currently on my way to Vienna to pick something up I'm very excited about, and I'm gonna take you with me, so let's go. This is it, guys. This is a Sony Trinitron KV-M1400D, and I found this one on the local equivalent to Craigslist, and I was very excited to find this specific CRT because it came with the original receipt, which was bought in 28th of July in 1995, which is crazy. And the previous owner, the first owner, said it has very low running hours, so it was like on for a year or something, which is crazy. And it is in actually good condition, so let's take a look around. So as you can see, the only real downside is that the CRT is really yellowed in the back, but I think we can find a fix for that. And here, this little sticker, it sure is a Sony. Let's take a look at the back. Well, it's a little gummed up right there, but as I said, nothing too concerning. It's a little bit dirty, so I might clean it a good bit, but all in all, it's a really nice purchase. Speaking of purchase, I've got this Trinitron actually for free because I told the previous owner that I was driving like 5 hours to Vienna to get it, and he decided to give it to me because, yeah, putting in the effort pays off sometimes, and I'm very happy and really appreciate. So thank you, Christian, if you see this. I'm very grateful to be the new owner of this nice CRT. Okay, so let's drive home and bring the CRT out of the cold. Okay, so here we are. And as you can see in the back, I built a new working area with my dad, and this is also the place where the new Sony CRT will live from now on. I had this bulky old CRT from back when I was a child, and it's simply too big for this room. I wanted this specific CRT for a few reasons, and in this video I will summarize them in 5 key points why you might also want a CRT in your retro setup. So let's dive right in and see if the TV actually works. Alright, so let's start by the obvious, the elusive retro feel. I think you can really understand what I mean by that when you actually have sat in front of a CRT screen before. For example, to turn on most old CRTs, there's a big chunky power button on the front, and it feels so satisfying to click it. It is a really hands-on experience. You can actually feel and hear that something is going on in there. Then there is the high-pitched hiss from the flyback transformer, which is considered to be annoying by almost everyone. But this is how we played back in the day, and after some time, when you're really deep into the game you're playing, it is hardly noticeable after a while. And I know this is purely nostalgia based, and I can see the Gen Z people in the audience just shaking their heads. But that is why this is the first point I wanted to discuss, cause now we are moving on to a more practical approach. So point 2 actually is playing on a CRT. Up to the 6th generation of consoles, I mean GameCube, PS2 and Xbox, and in a lot of places even up to the 7th gen with the Wii, PS3 and Xbox 360, CRT gaming was the only option you had, as plasma TVs or LCDs weren't that regular in households as today. That is why almost all games were specifically designed to be viewed on a CRT screen, and developers made sure that the game looked good on it. Take the Super Nintendo for example. With their 16-bit pixel graphics, it looks way sharper to the eye viewed on a CRT than the unmodified signal captured with an OSSC. Sure, there are a lot of ways to make such a console pixel perfect for modern displays, but oftentimes it is simply not needed, as a CRT screen forgives a lot of graphical flaws. You might notice that the picture of this Super Mario World gameplay is shifted on the screen itself. This happens when you plug in an NTSC console like the Super Famicom in a PAL region CRT that cannot switch between the voltages. And this is where this little tool comes in handy. It is called an RGB Shifter, and it does exactly what the name implies. It shifts the image in the direction I want on the screen. Some CRTs have a built-in service menu you can access, and there you might find a built-in way to counter this problem. My Sony KV-M1400D sadly has no service menu, so I need to do that externally. Next up, I actually want to use the CRT for lots more than just gaming. Recently, I became fascinated by glitch artists like Glitch Wolfie, Ellingson TV, Polygon 1993 and Mr. Jack.io among others, and I wanted to see if it is possible to replicate some of those setups for myself. This could be a whole video in itself, so let me know if you're interested in this sort of things. I also ordered one of those mismatcher devices to further tinker with the material. This will be a lot of fun, and with that comes also the opportunity to try out more modern systems played on a CRT. I've seen some great videos by Digital Foundry and My Life in Gaming on that matter, and I wanted to try it out for myself. Although I've already seen that lots of modern UIs won't hold up on those CRT displays. Take a look at this Elden Ring gameplay, for example. You see what I mean. And before we go to the last point, let's have a quick shout out to today's sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop solution for anything around PCB prototyping and manufacturing. They also offer 3D printing, CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, and even injection molding. They have a wide range of services to aid you in every stage of bringing your next project to life. Ordering through their website is easy, and there is also an online chat available if you need help at every step of the ordering process. So big thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring this video, and check them out in the link in the description down below. Now on to my last point, why you want a CRT in your household. Having a native 4x3 screen in the house that actually looks good. You can't deny how good and sharp a Sony Trinitron picture looks when fed with an RGB signal like from my Super Famicom. Sure, the console itself has some flaws I am hoping to sort out in the near future, like the ghosting you see there. But man, I have never seen such deep blacks and vivid colors from a TV that is not an OLED screen. The recording from the camera won't do it justice here. This is the definitive way to play those old consoles, in my humble opinion. So there you have it. There is a steep learning curve ahead of me to really get all the ins and outs of this little CRT, and I can't wait to share my progress with you guys. This video is more of a short one, but there's an awesome video coming up for this little device here. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I have lots of videos about retro modding consoles on my channel, so I'd love to see you there. And that's all for today. I am Paul, this is my little mod shop, and I see you in the next one. Bye for now.